Hey, folks, it's Mark Arum. I hope you're enjoying the Mark Arum Show podcast. A reminder, you can hear this very radio show live Monday through Friday. We're live 6 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Mark Arum Show. We're going to keep you chuckling for the next 2 hours on your ride home. We got a lot to talk about, but at first, I need two contestants that want to play Millennial Match Game to call right now. 404-872-0750. That's 404-872-0750. I've got a big prize to give away. Big prize. 4 tickets to the Hawks home opener for Millennial Match Game. Good. Yeah, so call now, 404-872-0750 if you want to play Millennial Match Game with our buddy Mike Shields. Coming up on the show, Johnny Kielbasa with a fast food review. We're going to talk about two of Longoria's favorite things.
Enchiladas?
Sugar daddies and flying cars. Two things.
One of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you which one, though.
Yeah, exactly. But let's kick things off with Millennial Match Game, Longoria.
Let's play Millennial Match Game.
Joining us in studio, he walked the 57 feet from the traffic center to the main studio. He's our friend and yours, Mike Shields from WSB's Triple Team Traffic. Your second appearance on Millennial Match Game?
Somewhere around there.
Second or third?
Yeah.
Mike's obviously a smart guy. Tell the folks a little bit about yourself, Mike.
I do Triple Team Traffic every afternoon and Saturday mornings, and I'm here to win this thing this time.
We know that. We want to know your personal life. You got a really beautiful wife. Where do you live? All that good stuff.
Live out Dallas, Georgia. Yes, married. Have 2 dogs, and
all right,
living the good life.
There you go. Good. And how old are you, Mike? Just so we know for the millennial spectrum.
29.
29 years young is Mike Shields. He's playing Millennial Match Game. Let's see who our contestants on the phone are. Sarah joins us. Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Sarah.
I'm just out of the millennial spectrum, and I'm actually just on my way home from work. So I always listen to your show.
Awesome.
For traffic updates and all the fun banter that you guys have.
And where do you live, Sarah?
Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill, baby. Sugar Hill. All right. You're going to be playing against Rick. Rick, welcome to the Mark Arum Show. Tell the listeners a little something about yourself.
Mark, what's up, man?
How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. I've got 2 little girls, 4 and 4 months old. I'm in sales and enjoy listening to your show.
Did you say you have twin girls? They're 4 months old?
No, I have 2 girls. One's a 4-year-old. And one's 4 months.
Oh, very good. Well, congratulations. All right, so tonight's Millennial Match Game, famous movie quotes. So Deb Green, who's now on vacation, by the way, so Chuck is in here to keep score because I can never keep score of this game properly. Deb pulled some famous movie quotes, Sarah and Rick. I'm going to play the cut, and you don't need to know what movie it's from. You just got to guess whether or not Millennial Mike Shields knows. Okay, got the rules?
Got it.
All right, Sarah, as always, ladies first. Ladies first. Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie this cut is from?
Get off my plane.
I'm going to play it one more time. That was a quickie.
Get off my plane.
Get off my plane. Will Millennial Mike know what movie that's from?
I'm going to go with no.
You say no. Millennial Mike Shields, get off my plane. What movie's that?
Harrison Ford, Air Force One.
That is correct. Yes. All right. No, I know. No point for Sarah. I thought he was going to say Snakes on a Plane or something like that.
No.
Harrison Ford right there.
Get off my plane.
Get off my plane. All right, Rick, you're up. You can take the lead here. Millennial Match Game, famous movie lines. Will Millennial Mike know what movie this famous line is from?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Rick, will Millennial Mike know what movie that's from?
Yes, I think you will.
You say yes. Mike looks pretty confident. What movie is that, buddy?
Ricky's got the faith. That's Airplane.
That is Airplane,
yes.
Correct. What are the...
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I haven't seen that movie in 10 years. I got to rewatch it. It was such a good movie. You can't make that movie in 2019, Chuck. I know you're trying to do it. You can't do it.
Why not?
There's so many non-political correct things in that movie. You just can't do it.
It's classic.
All right, Rick is up now 1-0. Millennial Match Game continues with Sarah. Famous movie lines. Well, Mike Shields from the Traffic Center know what movie this line is from.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Now, that is not what Mark McKay says to Alex Williams every day in the Traffic Center, but I'm going to play it again. What famous movie?
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Will Millennial Mike know what movie that is from, Sarah?
Oh, gosh, I know it, but I'm going to say no again.
Yeah, I think no on this one, too. That's a little too old for Mike. We'll take a shot at it, Mike?
I'm going to say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life,
That's a
son.
good guess. No, that's Animal House. That is Animal House. Yes.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Belushi. All right, so Sarah gets the point. Rick, you're up. Millennial Match Game famous movie cut edition with Millennial Mike Shields from the Traffic Center. Will Mike know what famous movie this cut is from?
They're all gonna laugh at you.
One more time.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
They're all going to laugh at you, Mike, if you don't know this. What do you think, Rick? Will he know this?
I don't know it. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know it either. Mike, I'm assuming if you know this, I'll be very impressed, Mike.
That's a good answer, Rick, because I don't. I'm going to go with Alf.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Alf Abe was not a movie, I don't believe. It was a TV show.
Well,
that's the movie called Carrie, a horror movie.
Yeah.
All right,
You don't remember that? When
I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever
Or
seen
mom
that.
tells you that?
No. All right, Sarah, you're up. Millennial Match Game with Mike Shields. Famous movie lines. Will Mike know this line?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. What do you think, Sarah?
Yes.
You say yes. Mike Shields.
Sarah, I like it. It's The
I'm
Godfather.
going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Very good. Sarah
Yes.
gets the point. All right, end of round one of Millennial Match Game, brought to you by Rocco's European Garage, filling in for Deb Green's Low T. What's the score, Deb? Low? Deb Low?
2-2.
2-2. We got a nail biter here. Let's begin round two of Millennial Match Game, Longoria. We're tied up. Sarah and Rick playing 2 apiece, brought to you by Rocco's European Garage, playing for a 4-pack of tickets and good seats to the Hawks home opener Saturday, October 26th against the Orlando Magic. Rick is up. Millennial Match Game, famous movie lines. Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie this cut is from?
Number one, he hates bright lights. We know that. But you got to keep him out of the sunlight. Sunlight will kill him. Number two, keep him away from water. Don't give him any water to drink. And whatever you do, don't give him a bath. And probably the most important thing, don't ever feed him after midnight.
That's what my girlfriend says to me. Don't eat after midnight,
Don't give
Aaron.
him a bath.
All right, so I know that movie line. Will Millennial Mike know, Rick? That's a tough one.
I got to say no.
You say no. I'm leaning toward a no. What do you think, Mike?
I'm going to guess Gremlins.
That is correct.
Hey.
Wow. Have you seen that?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Don't feed him after midnight. All right, here we go. Sarah, you can take the lead here. Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie this line is from?
What's your name? I'm Joe Wilder. Joan Wilder. Welcome to Columbia.
Welcome to Columbia, Joan Wilder. What do you think, Sarah?
I'm going to go no.
I'm going to say no, too. Those are two famous actors. But I think this just slipped under Mike Shields' window of opportunity. I don't think you've seen this movie. You want to take a shot at it, Mike?
I just want to say Back to the Future. I know it's wrong.
No, it is wrong. It's Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, never
Michael
seen it.
Douglas and Kathleen Turner. A very power 80s couple. Chuck was a big fan of hers back in the day. All right, Sarah gets the point. Rick, you're up. Millennial Match Game. Famous movie lines. Will Millennial Mike Shields, who's a fantastic guy, by the way, folks. He's just always a smile on his face, always willing to go the extra effort. He actually writes Jennifer Griffey's 7 p.m. newscast every night.
Really?
He does. A lot of people don't know
That's why
that.
it's the best one.
That is why it's the best.
She appreciates it.
Yes. All right, here we go. Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie this line is from?
You realize, of course, that we could never be friends.
Why not?
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends, and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you-
You're saying I'm having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
Famous movie line. I believe that's an 80s movie. Do you think Millennial Mike Shields will know what movie that is from?
I'm going to say no again.
No, again. I don't know. That's a really famous movie, really famous line. Let's see. He's struggling. What do you think,
I
Mike?
know it's Billy Crystal.
That is correct.
gosh.
Yes. What movie, though? What movie?
Tick. Sleepless in Seattle?
Wow. He was not in that movie,
I know.
but his co-star was. That was When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally. You got to watch it this week with your beautiful wife. Great movie. All right, Rick gets the point. Millennial did not know. When in doubt, even though as smart as Mike Shields is, the Millennial doesn't know. All right, Sarah's up. Millennial Match Game. Famous movie quotes. I'm not going to sway your judgment on this, Sarah, but I think Mike will get this one.
Excuse me. I believe you have my stapler.
I believe you have my stapler. What do you think, Sarah? Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie that's from?
absolutely.
I
be
think so,
better.
too. He's thinking.
I know it. I can't.
Yeah. You want to hear it again?
Yes.
All right.
Excuse me. I believe you have my stapler.
Think of an older Steve Winslow looking for his stapler.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Really? Oh, no point for Sarah. That is Office Space. Office Space. Yeah, the red
swing line
stapler, which actually didn't exist until that movie. Then they made it because everyone wanted it. All right, Rick, you need this one, buddy. Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie this famous line is from?
The census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Chianti. By the way, it's Chianti. If you ever order that in a restaurant, it's Chianti. All right, I certainly know what movie that's from. You know, Rick, but will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie that is from? Fava beans and a Chianti.
Yeah.
He says yes. Oh.
That's Hannibal Lecter.
Give me a movie, though.
Oh, Hannibal?
Chuck,
Come on.
What are we going to do?
It's not called Hannibal. The later ones were called Hannibal.
That's not what it's from.
The later ones are called Hannibal.
Chuck, I think you're the hardest working one here. You do a great job, bud.
That's not going to work.
Wait, Rick, did you say he would or wouldn't know?
He said he would know.
I said yeah.
All right, I've got a soft heart for Rick. We're going to give you credit. It's Silence of the Lambs was the name of that movie. All right, end of round 2, Millennial Match Game. What's the score, Low T, Chuck?
Rick 4, Sarah 3.
Oh, all right. Sarah's got a chance to tie it when we come back. Millennial Mike Shields in studio. We'll follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum, MarkArum. It's the Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB. Final round of Millennial Match Game. Real quick, Sarah, you need this one to tie it up. Will Millennial Mike Shields know what movie this cut is from?
Greed is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Greed is good. Will Mike Shields know what that's from?
No.
You say no. Mike Shields.
I don't. I'm just going to guess The Jerk.
That is Wall Street. The Jerk, not a good answer. All right, here we go for the win. Rick, will Millennial Mike know what movie this is from?
Feeling kind of queasy. How about a nice, greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray?
What do you think, real quick? Will he know, Rick?
Yeah.
Oh, no way he knows that one. No way.
Nah, Animal House.
Weird Science, which I watched last night, ironically. All right, we got a tie ball game. That means both of you win. Each are getting a 4-pack of Hawks tickets to the home opener Saturday, October 26th versus the Orlando Magic. Hang on the line. Low T's going to get some info from you. Mike Shields, great job as always. Now get back to the traffic center.
Hi, this is Louis Gossett Jr. This is the Mark Arum Show. And if you have any common sense, you should listen to the Mark Arum Show.
No sleep till
Brookhaven. Welcome back to the show, 6:39, 21 in front of 7 o'clock. Mark Arum and most of the bananas with you till 8 in the p.m. Deb Green's on vacation. She has never taken vacation before, so we're like kids without a supervisor. The babysitter fell asleep, basically. So I don't know what's going to happen over the next week, but we're going to have some fun. Johnny Kielbasa will join us with a fast food review. I want to talk about sugar daddies. You know what a sugar daddy is, Longoria?
I do.
All right. Do you know what a sugar daddy is, Chuck? Chuck says yes.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So when I think of sugar daddy, I think of, a wealthy older dude who has a younger woman and just basically pays for her stuff in exchange for goods and services, basically.
Goods and services.
So I need to get into the professorial profession. So a professor at the University of Colorado, Denver, did a study on sugar daddies and found it's not just that. The typical stereotype that we just thought of.
Okay.
Middle-aged guy, a little older than me, more money than me, with a young lass at his side. There are different types of sugar daddies, apparently. There's 7 types, she says. Sugar prostitution.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Compensated dating. So the way I read this is, guy wants to go out to a nice dinner, doesn't want to go alone. He has this girl. He takes her out to dinner. Nothing happens. Little arm candy. Pays for a dinner and throws her a couple $100 or something. So that's the way I read that. Compensated dating. Compensated companionship. The way I look at that is, hey, I'm going to the mall. Or do you want to go to the movies? Like someone to just hang out. Hey, Chuck's having a pool party. come with me.
Date for a wedding, maybe?
Yeah, stuff like that. So, you get paid that way. So that's another type of sugar daddy. Sugar dating, which is, I don't know, different from compensated dating. Sugar dating.
Maybe it's not a one-off.
Yeah, maybe it's a little,
more
there's
often.
something, you get a kiss.
Maybe it's just more often.
Yeah. Sugar friendships. I don't know what the hell that is. I think that's what Longoria and I have, is a sugar friendship.
Yeah, I guess.
For what?
Sugar friendships with benefits.
Well, we know
so I guess what benefits are, but I don't know what the sugar... the last one is pragmatic love, which is, all right, listen, you might not love me, I might not love you, but we're gonna date, and I'm gonna pay you.
I have a friend that is in one of those.
Really?
Yeah, she had a kid with a guy, and it's a scenario just like that.
So it's like it's the best. It's best for everybody. Like she has a child, and the dad is MIA, and your buddy is happy to take care of her and the kid, as long as there's some sort of reciprocation there.
There's a little quid pro quo.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Just like with the Ukrainian people. Yep. Yeah, look, quid pro quo.
So is Trump a sugar? What was that last one?
I'm not sure who.
The last one was pragmatic love.
Yeah, pragmatic love.
I think there's pragmatic love there. Yeah. Yes. So that's interesting. So how old is your buddy?
No, I'm friends with the girl.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah.
So how old is the girl?
37.
That's almost aged out of the sugar baby.
Well, I'm sure she started 10, 15 years before.
Well, she started. There's a service for wealthy tech dorks who can't get women.
Yeah.
And if you want to venture down that road, you can. And she did. And she found this guy who, they have a kid together. But it's an odd. It's an odd setup.
All I know about this world of sugar daddies is
that's what it is.
I had a buddy years ago. He is now married with kids, but he was a wealthy, good-looking guy, overweight though,
Yeah.
And he had a sugar daddy for he was a sugar daddy.
He
was a sugar daddy for about 5 years. Yeah. It was this girl that worked at like TGA Fridays at the airport, But like that was his sugar baby, I guess. And he would, take her out to dinner, and he would pay her rent.
Oh, it's
her car note. I think she'd get an allowance.
Yep.
And
allowance?
Yeah.
My friend's got an allowance. They travel all over. They don't even live in the same house. They're in the same kind of compound.
What?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Like her and her kid have kind of their own house. It's a big place. He's very well off.
Yeah.
Like very, very well off. But yeah, I was talking to her when we were home over the 4th of July, and she was giving me all the details, and I was slack-jawed. I could not believe this. She's like, we don't really, we're not in a loving relationship thing.
Symbiotic.
Part of the deal
was... It's like those
was,
little fish that swim around with the sharks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Chuck's wealthiest friends, and I keep thinking of Erickson.
Yeah, no, it's not him. I promise.
I'm just kidding. You know the girl. So I just find this whole world fascinating. If you know someone that has been on either side of a sugar daddy relationship like Chuck and I do, I'd love to hear that story and how it worked out and how it all started. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Longoria and I are in a compensated companionship. Okay. That's our relationship. Compensated companionship. 404-872-0750 on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is The Mark Arum Show. Talk about a survey out of the University of Colorado, Denver. There's 7 layers of sugar daddy relationships. The weird world, not that I'm judging, of sugar daddiness. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Michael joins us on the program. What's going on, Michael?
Driving home. How you doing?
Excellent. What do you know about this world of sugar daddies?
Well, there's one that they didn't mention. There's the 8th one, the Splendid Daddy.
What is this? Do I want to know what a Splendid Daddy is? Not as tasty as a sugar daddy?
No, Russ in Gainesville. Great example of a Splendid Daddy.
Nice.
Oh, I think he was, what's the pink packet? Sweet and low. I think he's a sweet and low daddy. Yeah, I don't know if we'd consider Russ a sugar daddy. But, he did buy that girl anything she wanted at the dollar store. So I guess that would be...
if there's levels, he's definitely a level.
He's definitely a level. Nick's up next on the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Nick.
Yeah, how you doing today?
What's up, buddy?
Probably it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. I was up in Tennessee shooting a television show.
Mm-hmm.
When I got back, a woman reached out to me online. She found me, I guess, either on Facebook or Instagram. We met up, for dinner one night and everything, and we ended up having this relationship for probably 4 to 5 months, something like that. She paid for everything, and it was.
So she was your sugar mama.
Exactly.
Wow. What did that feel like?
It was pretty sweet. This was an attractive lady. She bought me clothes, shoes. She always paid for dinner, and my job was just to.
Are you like a really good-looking dude, Nick? Are you funny? Like, how did you land a sugar mama?
Well, she reached out to me. She liked what she saw when I did my television show, and she somehow found me online.
Interesting. That never happens to traffic reporters. I can tell you that. No one's ever reached out to me like, I want to pay your bills, Mark Arum. I want to pay your. So why did it end, or how did it end, Nick?
I ended it because it just I ended up dating somebody else, and
Chuck said she died. She did not die, did she?
No, she did not die.
All right, that's it. All right, so sugar mamas are out there. I mean, have you ever had a sugar mama, Longoria?
No.
Megan, Pennsylvania could be your sugar mama.
She could, yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe she has some money. That's true.
That's true. You're married to sugar mamas. Tim's in Doraville. Tim, welcome to the program.
Hello there.
Hello, sir.
So it would have been about 1997. I'm pumping gas at a Quick Trip up in Gwinnett County near 316.
Love Quick Trip.
And a guy in a black Porsche pulls up, and it was a guy that I knew back in Athens working at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And we were working at McDonald's together. And I see him and say, hey, man, how's it going? Hadn't seen you in 10 years or so. And I was like, I got to ask, where's the black Porsche and the nice duds? And he proceeded to tell me he went to, after McDonald's, he went to work for a pool company. And he got the one day the come hither young man.
No way. The actual pool boy story happened?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, man.
And so he got put up in the pool house, got keys to the big house, got all the cars, got a credit card with, unlimited budget. And he did that for about 5 years, he said. And then, that was about it.
That was it? He got to keep all the goodies.
He got to keep some of the goodies. And I asked him, I was like, so how is it being intimate with this older woman? And he said, she's very well kept and had no problems with it. And he
very
was
well
arm candy at arm candy.
Tim, I love the story. I'm going to leave it at she was very well kept. I'm going to leave it at that. When we come back, Russ in Gainesville, speak of the devil. We'll talk about his sweet and low daddy status, sugar daddies, and flying cars. Could they actually become a reality? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. This is the Mark Arum Show.
The Mark Arum Show is performed before a live studio audience.
No, I'll run this town to be near you. I stand
Welcome back to the show. To good Wednesday Eve to you. Mark Arum here, you there at 7:07, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, heard Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Deb Green off on vacation, well-deserved. Her first vacation of the year, Longoria, you believe that?
I know.
All the way in October. Shlongoria, the Stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Then there's Chuck.
Low T.
Johnny Kielbasa will join us with a brand new fast food review in 30 minutes. We'll keep talking about the sugar daddy story, but I want to talk about this. Flying cars. When we were kids.
Yeah, we were promised them.
I assumed by 2019 we'd have flying cars by now.
Back to the Future said we'd have them by 2015.
Exactly right. The Jetsons, Back to the Future. Everything. We would have flying cars. It actually is closer to reality now. Boeing and Porsche are set to team up and make a flying car, specifically a self-driving air taxi. So the two companies announced they'll work together to develop a concept for an upscale commercial passenger drone, and and evaluate the potential market for such a vehicle. I mean, if you get Porsche and Boeing together, I think they can make good things happen.
Sure, but this seems insanely dangerous.
Yeah. Well, at least you won't be driving them. Or, no, you can drive them. Longoria won't drive the car.
I don't want him in the area.
It'll all be computerized, Longoria.
They called me to like go with me. Yeah, test drive with me.
Yeah.
I need you to wreck this and see how we...
But, I mean, it's the next generation mobility ecosystem is what they're calling it. So maybe we could have flying cars.
Are they going to take off from standing? Aren't there helicopters? Well, I guess all helicopters.
I don't know, Longoria. I don't know yet. I'm not in the board meetings. But here's the question I want to ask.
Maybe you should.
What hasn't been invented yet that should have been invented? Obviously, flying cars. What should we have in 2019 that we don't have yet? When you were a kid in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, what did you think would be invented by now that we don't have yet? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. If you want to discuss flying cars and inventions that we should have in 2019. Back to sugar daddies and sugar mamas. Randy from the digital desk joins us. You don't personally have any sugar daddy experience, but you know some people that did, right?
Sure.
Oh, really?
You know, it started off as a project. Okay,
Yes.
I was doing it for someone. It was a site called, I think it was called SeekingArrangements.com, right?
Seeking Arrangements, okay.
And yeah, you know, pretty much the men, a lot of them, they already have it kind of written out what they're looking for.
The men.
Most of the men wanted you to be in school or going towards school, right?
Yeah.
So they paid for your tuition. They gave you like a weekly allowance. You had to send when your semester was over, to send your scores over. Those are the guys that were going to pay for your tuition.
Like
but the
your
guys
grades? They want to see your grades?
They wanted to see that you were in school and enrolled, yeah.
Wow.
Now, the two gentlemen that I just entertained for like a short, hot minute,
Yes.
it was cool, but it just felt kind of like weird. Because for
What
one,
did they want in return for paying tuition and all that stuff?
well, these two, because they tell you what they want up front.
What did they
these
want?
two, they wanted dates. They wanted to go out. One guy wanted
The
to go out.
girlfriend experience. That's what they call it, the girlfriend experience.
Sure, but I didn't have to kiss.
No, you just go out. You go out to dinner. And
I had to
stuff.
go out to this little opera thing here, and then the other guy, we went on
little opera thing.
some little opera, whatever,
Yeah.
his date. Another guy, he wanted me to go with him to Florida, but the idea was one guy you had to go a weekly meetup, and then one dude would go out of town or whatever like that. They wanted pictures.
Yeah.
Luckily again, I got lucky. They did not want news or none of that
Yeah, yeah.
craziness, but yeah, they wanted that. And
How prevalent is this in the community?
in Atlanta,
Yeah.
very.
Really?
It's sugar daddies on every corner.
No
and
kidding.
all of them don't want, some of that other stuff. So, but it was just not for me. And one of them got to liking me. And I'm like, oh my God, you're like 70. I could not do it.
Yeah.
I just could not do it.
So I had a buddy that, this was probably 15 years ago, that was a sugar daddy, and he paid for the girls, but this was the whole package. I mean, he whatever. He got everything.
Okay, for everything.
But he paid for her apartment, her car note, gave her a weekly allowance.
Yeah.
Does that kind of stuff happen?
Absolutely.
Really?
And it's like, if you are, it seems like you get more if you do go all the way, but
Yeah.
they were very, and one dude had a contract. You have a contract.
Wow.
You sign. You do da-da-da-da-da. Like, it was so weird.
I wonder if that's Clark Smart. What does Clark Howard think about contracts
for sugar daddies?
Yeah, Clark, call the hotline.
I mean,
if
that's
you're
a smart thing. Everybody knows what they're getting into
Yeah,
beforehand.
it's very clear and cut out.
So I had a friend. He's now married with kids, but he used to travel for work a lot. And there was a website. I don't want to say a name, but it was something sugar daddy, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And he would say he was flying to Seattle for the weekend. He'd get on there and post, or I would say, hey, I'll be in Seattle the weekend, October 18th. I'm looking for a date for dinner and fun. And then girls would contact him, and he would take them out to dinner, nice dinner, wine, whatever, and then take them back to the hotel.
Yep.
Whole
For
new
fun.
world. For fun.
For fun.
Yeah, they would play Boggle. They play Boggle. So this is a real thing.
It is a
in
real
Atlanta,
thing.
It's a big thing.
And before I moved to Atlanta, I remember I was at a hotel in Dallas, and it was saying, Atlanta, #1 city for sugar daddies.
Wow.
And I didn't believe it, but now I'm a believer.
I'm running in the wrong circles. Look who I'm running with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck
sorry.
and Longoria.
I
And,
won't.
all right. Randy, dropping knowledge. Good job. Thank you, buddy. Russ joins us in Gainesville. He's not a sugar daddy. He's a sweet and low daddy.
Come here a minute. I want to talk to you.
Russ, you're a sugar daddy, right? You consider yourself a sugar daddy.
I bought some girl today a telephone. It cost me $62.
$62 phone. Was it a flip phone?
Was it a burner?
It was a crack phone. She picked it out at Walmart.
Oh, you're such a... See, all right, that's a sugar daddy move, buying a girl a phone, for real.
Yeah, It's $62.
Yeah, it's $62 you don't have right now.
I got a brand new girl. I just picked her up today about noon, and she's really good looking, and I like her a lot. I already told her I was looking for a wife and everything. I don't know if she took it seriously, but she's here with me now. My Cadillac broke down. Okay?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So she actually, with her in the car, breaks down. I get this brand new girl, so the car breaks down. So she actually rode in a taxi with me back to my place. So
well, I have two questions, Russ. Where did you meet her, and what's her name?
Her name is Jules. She's 39 years old, and I met her at the laundromat.
That's a legitimate place to meet a woman. That's legitimate.
It's the best place.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against Little Caesars and wherever else. The dumpster, but the laundromat is where marriages can start at a laundromat.
Well, you remember Happy Days, Fonzie, when he was telling somebody how to pick up girls, he said go to the grocery store.
Yeah, that's always. I tell Jay Black that all the time. I'm like, go to the Publix, man. Go to the Publix on Collier, Jay Black, or Target at Atlantic Station. It's good
Just
stuff.
sit there.
Yeah, I don't have to give you any advice. All right, so Jules, 39. You met her at the laundromat. I'm feeling good. Now, is Jules the one you bought the phone for?
No.
Of course not.
No, that was Jennifer. Yeah. So I met her right after I bought the phone. Actually, when I took Jennifer back, that's when I went to the laundromat and met Jules.
Very good. Well, I got a good feeling about this one, Russ. I like the name. I like the meat story. And I like that she rode in the cab with you. That's very cool, buddy.
That's pretty cool. So she's obviously staying here because we can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
do me a favor.
Cool, yeah.
Shoot me a work-appropriate picture of Jules, please. Work.
Okay, absolutely.
Appropriate picture. All right. Thank you. There's Russ in Gainesville. Walter's in Jonesboro. Walter, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Yes, hi.
Hello, Walter.
Well, I have a good friend lives in another state. Is sugar daddy to two women.
Two of them?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Different locations, and he's a retired professional. And I met one of them about 2 months ago. Very attractive girl.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to travel, and they become traveling companions. No sex.
Nothing.
But he's an older man.
Coitus. We call it coitus, Walter. No coitus.
Okay. And he's older man, and he enjoys female company. He loves trains. And when there's a special train tour, he takes one of the two of them on a train. Now, one time, they know each other slightly. He took both of them on a trip, but that didn't end well because
jealousy,
the two women, since they had the same guy spending money on them, giving them credit cards, he decided that wasn't a good idea, wasn't going to do it again.
Do you know how much he's spending a week or a month on these two girls, or a year?
They both have credit cards. And he pays off monthly, and they're probably about $3,000 each, and both of them live in places that he bought for them.
Well, but he's happy with this situation.
Yes, he seems to be. He doesn't seem to have any problems with it. So it's as long as you don't mix the two women.
No, keep them separate. We could have kept Russ on the phone and give him that advice. Keep the women separate.
He hasn't learned that.
So are you single, Walter? Are you married? What's your status?
I'm a widower, and I used to dream of stuff like that, but my best results were in the 60s. I took a Pontiac convertible on a freighter to Europe just to meet women, and in those days you could stay at night for about $5 a night in most big cities, and I'd park the car somewhere and just see who would talk to me about the car, and you'd find a lot of women that liked American convertibles.
I wouldn't doubt it. So I'm sorry about the loss of your wife. Have you considered becoming a sugar daddy?
I considered, but I think age and lack of finances to become a sugar daddy.
Yeah, that's the problem for most of us, because that's $3,000 a month on 2 credit cards.
Yeah.
Plus their living arrangements, plus the trips. Wow. I couldn't afford that.
No, I know. At least he's got 2 decent-looking women. Hey, the one thing he misses, he loves politics, and the 2 women aren't interested in politics.
Well, he can always call into Erickson's show.
And he can talk to him for free.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to pay Erickson. Erickson will take his call for free. Great call, Walter. Thank you for giving us that.
Maybe his friend should give one of the women to Walter,
Imagine paying 2 $3,000 credit card bills a month. And not getting it, and there's no coitus Longoria. Tom is in Kennesaw. Tom, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's cooking, Tom?
when I was 22 years old, a buddy of mine told me of a place in Buckhead where ladies that had already made their money or their husbands had died.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 64 now, so back then I was a good-looking feller. So I go down there. After a few weeks, I met a lady that had her own company. She inherited, I guess, from her husband.
Yeah.
And she said, if you'll just stay at my house and be there when I get home, car, an allowance. I did this for a couple of months, and I got feeling trapped. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. That's it. It's an odd situation. Now, did she want anything physical from you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was 22. She was in her 50s. A good-looking gal.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. And I've often wondered if I'd have stayed in that situation where I would be now.
You'd be retired on a yacht, my friend. Retired on a... Now, was this Johnny's Hideaway? Is that where you met this girl?
You know the place.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there. I was there in my 20s as well. I was never good looking enough for the sugar mamas. They were like, nah, pudgy Jewish kid's not going to do it for me. I'm not paying your rent, kid. Where's Chuck? Jews Nugget, where's Chuck? More of your sugar daddy and sugar lady stories. And flying cars may be a possibility soon. In 2019, what should have been invented by now? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. This is The Mark Arum Show.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
725, 62 degrees on Peachtree Street, 2.5 on the Mark Arum Show back sweat meter. I think Mellish had lows in the 40s today. Talking flying cars and sugar daddies only on the Mark Arum Show. G's in Douglasville. G, welcome to the program.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, G, what's going on?
Hanging out. I want to talk about flying cars. I was thinking the Hyperloop. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's a tube, kind of like Futurama. You ever seen the show Futurama?
Yeah.
Those tubes you jump in and they kind of whisk you
away,
you want to go. Yeah, I've seen some companies that are trying to develop those, and I don't see why it hasn't been developed already.
Now, they used to have those in the 50s they were called pneumatic tubes.
Pneumatic tubes, yeah.
Yeah, like if you were in a big skyscraper, Longoria, let's say you worked at the Empire State Building and you wanted to send something to the mailroom, you'd put it in this little thing and then slide it in the pneumatic tube and it would zoom right down to the mailroom. So something like that, but for people, right?
For people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
just
all
like
right with that.
It's called a Hyperloop. They're trying to build them now, but there's some...
The problem is...
Like a thing at the bank where you put your money in?
Exactly.
Oh, okay,
exactly.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, with the ever-growing waistline of Americans, the tubes would have to really big.
Really oversized.
Really big. Really, really big. Derek's up next to the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Derek.
Hey, Mark. Nice going, man. Love the show.
Thank you, sir.
I just thought of a perfect song on this occasion. Babyface, Soon As I Get Home.
Longoria, can we find that?
Your clothes.
Well, he's singing it. Why do we have to find it?
Well, I want to hear the real version.
Your dinner, too.
Have you ever had an experience with sugar daddies?
No, but actually, I just wanted to comment on the invention thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I always wanted to have invented, but they have not, is lightsabers. I would think, this thing is from the 70s, it's 2000. Why don't we have lightsabers?
The thing about lightsabers are, I think people would cut their legs off pretty consistently because they're so, if we're going with the regular Star Wars lightsaber, right? And it like you just have to like hold it against something and it'll slice it, right? As opposed to a sword, you just put a sword on your leg, it's not going to slice it. But if you just place a lightsaber on your leg, it's going to cut it off. I don't think we're ready for lightsabers in 2019. I don't think that would be
People
cool.
eat Tide Pods. We don't need to be having lightsabers.
People eat Tide Pods. We don't like lightsabers, but then maybe if you prove your value, but then Second Amendment issues are lightsabers protected by the Second Amendment. I would say yes, Longoria.
Yes, they are.
You come in my home, I'm cutting your torso off in half with a lightsaber. More of your calls and Johnny Kielbasa next, 404-872-0750. This is The Mark Arum Show.
Hey, this is Ray Liotta, and you're listening to the gold, the red, the white, and the blue.
Welcome back to the show, 736, 24 in front of 8 o'clock. Mark Arum, Longo, and Low T with you till 8. Deb Green's on vacation, I'm assuming listening live on the WSB Radio app. Once you get home, folks, you can listen on the WSB Radio app or Amazon Alexa. Just say play WSB, and Longoria has been banging out those podcasts. Available anywhere you can find podcasts, iTunes or WSBRadio.com. And you post them on my Facebook page, Mark Arum, WSB. Johnny Kielbasa will join us in just a minute with a fast food review. Talking about two very divergent topics tonight, sugar daddies and sugar mamas. Apparently it's a big thing here in Atlanta, and there's 7 different types of sugar daddies, according to a new survey, research study done by a professor in Colorado. And flying cars might actually happen. Boeing and Porsche are putting their heads together and going to come up with autonomous flying vehicles where people will just get picked up and dropped off, and you don't have to drive them. The computer will drive them. So I'm asking, what should have been invented by now in 2019? We all assume the flying cars. You know what I want, Longoria, that's not been invented yet?
What, enchiladas?
No, well, close. It's a food, though.
Okay.
Like the Insta-meal, like in Fifth Element.
Oh, okay.
Remember, she puts like a pill in the microwave and it comes out and it's a whole turkey dinner?
Right, yeah.
Like, where's that? Where's that thing where you get...
What are the Army ones? What are they, MRIs or what are they
MRE,
called?
Meals Ready to Eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like in Fifth Element, the redhead puts like a little pill in a microwave, hits a button, and 1 second later, she's got this big turkey dinner. Like, that should be invented by now. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Don's in Marietta. Don, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Yeah, love the show, guys.
Thank you,
yeah,
brother.
They had a thing like that in one of the Back to the Futures, too. They had a hydrator. She put a little bitty pizza in there, and it came out really big.
That's right, the hydrator.
Yeah, but I'm kind of older, so I like Star Trek, some of the stuff from there. Like, they had the replicator. I mean, if you had that, socialism would work. I mean, because you don't have any needs in Star Trek. You don't have to have basic materials. You just push the replicator, out comes food.
I'm not familiar with the replicator. So how did that work?
He just pushed a button and then a meal would come out. It's kind of like you didn't even have to put in a pill. They needed shoes, push the thing, close, and shoes come out. It was just replicated through a molecular replicator.
Could they do food? Can you tell I'm hungry, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm talking about food.
Yeah.
All right, so we could replicate
food.
a patty melt from Waffle House. I had a great Waffle House meal, by the way, this morning. Shout out to Waffle House. That's just fantastic. Just fantastic.
Did you go this morning? I saw you post.
I did.
I was really jealous.
Yeah,
I wanted to go.
I was so hungry. I also got my flu shot yesterday. Did you get your flu shot yet?
I did not. I didn't get to make it
I
up
did
there.
not even feel the needle. The nurse was amazing.
That's good.
My arm's a little sore now, but
it's supposed to be.
Like, I hate needles, but I didn't even feel it. It was quite amazing. Tip of my hat to the nurse upstairs. Ricky's in Alpharetta. Ricky, welcome to the program.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Ricky.
I think the women's side of the sugar, whatever you want to call it, is more prevalent than the guy's side.
Explain what you're meaning.
Because they keep that quiet. All right, this is what happened. I'll make it real quick.
Okay.
High-powered attorney I worked with, her husband had some issues with the law, and he got put in minimum security prison for like 4 years.
Okay.
And so she starts asking me to, can I cook her dinner, because she didn't want to, come home.
Sure.
Do
Empty
it.
house
and
and all that.
I'd love to cook. So give me the money to cook, and she'd come home. We'd have dinner. It'd be cool, and yes, did that happen? Yes.
So you think there are more sugar mamas out there than we're led to believe?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. And, it only lasted until he got out of
the Hooskow.
Jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
were you ever worried that he was going to come find you?
I just kind of faded into the distance.
All right, that's fair. I don't know if I could date a woman whose husband's in jail. That's a little too much for me. I don't want to do that. Speaking of jail, Longoria's eating a banana on the other side of the takeout window right now. It's off-putting. I don't need to see that. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk.
And now, on the Mark Arum Show, it's time for the Fast Food Review.
Joining us live on the Greasy Salty Hotline from parts unknown, height unknown, weight we do not want to know, Johnny Kielbasa and the ever so popular Fast Food Review. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great, Mark Arum, whether I'm inside the hooskow or outside the hooskow, because I'm wrapped in bacon. I'm here for the take. I'm covered with cheese, and I aim to please.
Let's go back to Azalea Circle for a second.
Take me there.
And let's leave me and you out of the equation. But the other gentleman that we would hang out with, and they would hang out with dancers. The dancers would pay for everything, right? Were those sugar mamas for our friends?
I would put that in the category of generous friends and maybe taking pity on our gentleman friends.
Okay, taking pity on our poor asses.
And you might be misremembering that. I don't remember them ever paying for everything. They might have paid for something.
Again, my memory is really, really hazy from that time of our lives. But I do remember, Longoria, Johnny Kielbasa and I ran with a pack of people back in the late 90s. And included in that pack were a bunch of shoe show dancers that would make a lot of money. You know, Johnny and I'm making $8 an hour at WSB. Johnny was probably doing better than that, but we were poor young 20-year-olds, and these girls would come home with like $1,200 in singles. So I vaguely remember them buying us stuff. Like we'd go out to bars and they would pay for the drinks and stuff.
Yeah, that would happen. It was far from the actual sugar daddy, sugar mama. For us, now maybe there was a couple people getting the sugar on the side that we didn't know about, but who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway,
not
they
for
were
me.
Celebrities. We were just happy to be there.
Yeah, we were just happy to be
there. Good
answer. Indeed. All right, what's on the menu tonight, Johnny K?
Happy Meat-toberfest, everybody. All kinds of beefy goodness going on at Arby's. They're switching things up for Oktoberfest for the rest of us. Meat-toberfest for them, Mark. They got beef coming out of every hooskow in the neighborhood, Mark. You've got beer, braised beef, something you don't normally see. We'd call that shredded beef. And then they've got a beer cheese and double beef. And then throw it all together for the beer cheese triple stack. So let's break this down if you want me to. 3 different sandwiches, pretzel top buns on all of them, onion straws on all of them, a special brew pub mustard on all of them. That's the kind of mustard that has the little, I don't even know, it's the little snowballs in them that crunch when you bite down on them.
I know what you're talking about, like tapioca mustard.
Yeah, something like that. And like, what are those little things in my mouth? I don't even know.
I think they're actually mustard seeds, right? Are those seeds?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We just eat them. But we know what you're talking about. It's a good visual.
You get little balls of delight.
All right, so what goes with these? Like, what should our side order be if we're getting a combo?
Right. Well, I would definitely go curly fries.
Definitely, okay.
And cheese sticks just to wash it down.
All right.
That's what I would do.
Because sometimes I'll go with the potato cakes over the curly fries. I like potato cakes. Remind me of latkes.
You're Mr. Potato Cake, 2019.
Well, maybe I'll stop there on the way home. I don't know what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. So I posted.
So you've got, it's basically the difference. You can choose between the shredded beef, and that's the beer braised beef.
Okay.
Or you can have the regular Arby's beef, and they're going to give you double the beef there.
Ooh,
now, if you want to throw both of those together and top it off with a little corned beef, that's when you're coming in with Johnny Kielbasa's beer cheese triple stack.
All right. Maybe I'll try that on the way. That seems like a lot, though. I don't think that would sit well with me tonight.
Probably not.
So I went to Waffle House this morning, Johnny K, and I posted a picture of the menu, and I just asked people on Facebook what's their normal order. And I got the normal responses, 2 eggs, hash browns covered. But this one guy blew me away. It reminded me of you. He says he gets a meat omelet. And what he does is he goes in, and unless he goes to a one he's ever been before, like people give him, he wants an omelet with all the meats they have. So we're talking ham, bacon, sausage, pork chop, chicken, and steak. All the meats inside an oversized omelet. I was like, damn, that
sounds great.
Right? And just think of how many eggs you need to envelop all those meats.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
DM me, dude. Let's go to Waffle House.
Yeah, DM me. I'm going to slide into Johnny's DM. But that's got to be like a 9 or 10 egg omelet to fit. If you got to fit a whole pork chop in there, a whole chicken breast.
I'm sure they cut it up.
Well, I know, yeah. But still.
Putting a whole.
But they're not going to cut. They're not going to cut half a steak and chop that up. You know, they're going to use the whole steak. It's probably a $30 omelet, but I think I might have to walk down that plank sometime.
I think you're right. The chefs they have behind the counter at Waffle House are magicians.
Yeah.
The things that they can do.
Absolutely.
Always amazed.
All right, Johnny, you're always beer battered, and we appreciate you as always. And
if the Meattoberfest is high, so am I. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and listen to the Sausage Hut podcast on any pod app or JohnnyKielbasa.com.
all things Kielbasa on JohnnyKielbasa.com. Appreciate you, bruh.
Anytime, bro.
There you go. You down with the Arby's, Longoria?
I am.
Might have to hit that on the way home. I'm pretty excited. Jules joined us in Gainesville. Jules, welcome to the Mark Arum Show.
Hi.
Hello, Jules.
I just got a whole bunch of text messages saying that y'all were speaking about a girl named Jules from Gainesville.
Yes? Is that you? Are you now friends with Russ in Gainesville? You don't. I mean, this isn't a court of law. You can lie.
Blink once if you're okay.
Are you now hanging out with a guy named Russ?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. What's your story, Jules? Tell us your background.
Am I?
The questions get harder, Jules. I promise you.
Actually, I'm not exactly sure what to say.
Are you originally from Gainesville?
No, originally from Roswell, Georgia.
Roswell. Do you like Waffle House?
Sometimes.
Which do you prefer, Dollar General or the Dollar Store? These are going to be important Russ questions you need to answer.
Dollar Store.
Do you like Little Caesars Pizza?
Yes.
Yes. As a meek yes. Have you ever been to Applebee's?
Yes.
All right. You'll work out fine. Welcome to the club, Jules.
You like riblets.
Yes, you like riblets. All right, we'll talk to you later, Jules. Thanks, buddy. Teresa is up next on the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Teresa.
Hey there. I was thinking on inventions.
Yes.
And I used to watch the old Star Trek movies, and I thought, now, other than beaming me up, some of the things that they would do with the medical things.
Oh, like the laser, they're just cut up, like Kirk got stabbed, and Bones would just take a laser and, fix him right away?
Yeah.
That should happen soon. And I forgot about the beaming up. You think that'll ever happen?
There you go, the transporter.
Yeah, do you think beam me up?
Yeah, probably not.
You don't think? Not in our lifetime.
Chocolate factory.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's true.
What do you think, though? In our lifetime, you think it'll?
No, not in our lifetime.
Maybe.
I'm not. But and so I was thinking all those medical advances, they might actually have a cure for cancer somewhere along the line.
Well, Longoria thinks they actually do. He's big into conspiracy theories, but
yeah, they killed that
the
dude.
pharma industry they killed that dude. All right, we're quickly going off the rails. We have one segment to go on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum, Facebook Mark Arum WSB. Back after these messages from our delightful corporate sponsors. Love them all.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Final segment of the show. Got to be real quick. We ran out of time. Rick's in Smyrna. Rick, welcome to the show. What do you have?
Man, how you doing, Mark?
Excellent, buddy. What's cooking?
Good. I was, first of all, trying to see if your producer knew about the song by Macy Gray called Sugar Daddy.
Oh, yeah. I know that song.
Such a great freaking bumper for the topic,
Macy Gray. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Macy Gray.
Yeah, man. And listen, if Waffle House doesn't have you on the payroll, I think they should.
Well, it's funny. So our old intern, Jake, his dad gave me a Waffle House gift card, as a thank you for having his son intern. I forgot I had it in my wallet, and I went today. $100 on that thing, Longoria. I was making it rain in Waffle House today. Mike's incoming. Mike, real quick, what do you have, buddy?
The next biggest invention that's coming in the next 50 years is 3D printing is going to put the supermarket business out of business, or half out of business.
You think we're going to be able to print food?
We print food, print anything you need in your house. You'll have one room that's a huge 3D printer.
We can do curly fries from Arby's. Longoria can print those at his house.
I'm just telling you.
All right. Listen, I'm all for that. Longoria's all for that. I'm all for start of the show.
And
we did it, by the way.
Are you guys ready for the Mark Arum?
We made it a whole show without Deb Green. I didn't think we could do it. Mike Shields was going to get start of the show. Until Randy came in and told us she had 2 sugar daddies. So there's no question, right? Randy gets star of the show?
Yeah.
Randy, sugar daddy.
And her sugar daddy gets half each.
Yeah, exactly right. According to the contract, they have to get half.
That's true.
What do we got tomorrow, Longoria, since I have no producer? Little Sanjay. Sanjay.
There you go. It's Thursday.
Yeah,
I don't even know what day it is.
Tomorrow.
We're going to be lost this week.
I know. We'll continue the conversation on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum, Facebook Mark Arum WSB. In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
Don't need no other loving, baby. Go to sleep, you little baby.
Guests of the Mark Arum Show stay at the All Suite Omni Hotel, located in the heart of Chicago's Magnificent Mile.